LEGO fans, and welcome back to MB Bricks. My name is Maya, and today we are going to be taking a look at the 3 most recent LEGO Lord of the Rings sets. I just did a speed build and review video of the new Shire set seen here in the front, and I finally got a chance to get Barad-dûr and put that together as well, which the LEGO group did send over for this comparison video, so thank you so much for gifting the set for review today. If you like these types of videos, make sure you leave a like and a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more. I really love the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I have done a ton of mocks in that theme, so I'm really excited to take a deep dive into these sets, so let's get started. To start off this review, I am going to go over pricing and piece count for each set. Prices have changed over the last couple of years, and so I'm going to go with the current price for all 3. Rivendell was the first to release in 2023, has 6,167 pieces, and retails for $669.99 Canadian. Barad-dûr, released in 2024, was 5,471 pieces and retails for $599.99 Canadian. And finally, the Shire released this year, 2025, with 2,017 pieces and retails for $349.99 Canadian. Now, I typically don't talk about pricing too much and whether or not sets are worth the price point because I think it is very subjective to each individual person. You can, of course, compare price per piece, however, to me personally, that is hardly a factor I consider when buying a set. Rivendell was a day one purchase for me as I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan and I have been excitedly waiting for the theme to return to LEGO for many years. I was keen on getting all the minifigs so I could create mocks with them, and of course the build itself is just gorgeous. Regardless of the price, I would have gotten it. Now, not everyone can afford to drop almost $1,000 on LEGO, of course, so with the release of Barad-dûr, also at a higher price point, many fans were left hoping to get a smaller and more affordable Lord of the Rings set. This year we got the much smaller and less expensive Shire set that had a lot of fans frustrated at the price per piece ratio and the smaller scale, which leads to the saying you can't please everyone. Of course, I was lucky enough to be chosen by LEGO to be gifted the Shire set as part of the LAN, and so I didn't feel like I could weigh in as much with the price point with that one. However, I will say that it still would have been a day one purchase for myself, considering the gift with purchase that came with it, and just the fact that I love the look of the set. Other notes to make regarding pricing versus piece count is the fact that not all pieces use the same amount of materials to make. The Rivendell set used so many of those 1x1 tiles to create the gorgeous looking roof, while the Shire uses larger, chunkier elements to create the grassy hills as seen in Bag End. There are many factors that play into the cost of a LEGO set, and it all comes down to each person what is considered worth it. Moving along from the price of these sets, let's get into all the fun details. A quick disclaimer for the Rivendell set, I have installed a light kit as it is my favorite set that I currently own, so you will see wires throughout. This is of course not related to the LEGO company or the set, so I am not going to include anything about this in my comparison video. Let's take a look at Rivendell first, as that was the first to release. As I mentioned, this was a day one buy for myself. It came with a ton of minifigures and of course the magical landscape Elven settlement. Front and center we can see the Council Ring, where the Fellowship first met to decide their course of action on getting the One Ring to Mordor to destroy it. These little chair builds are absolutely brilliant with the use of the popsicle and hot dog elements recolored in the medium nougat to create them. The Council Ring is surrounded by beautiful elven architecture leading inside the main structure. All the details that went into this design is just incredible with the white flourish pieces and the light aqua cupcake pieces. Let's not forget that amazing roof with the 1x1 tiles creating a pattern on top. This was a time-consuming process, but the end result looks so good. I also like that the building appears to be built right into the landscaping, with a large tree in the middle and the structure wrapping around it. To the left of the Council Ring, we can see the largest tower, which has an octagonal shape to it, which is impressive to see with LEGO bricks. There are several stone statues, and the stonework continues up to the top, which is accented with the sand green color, which really pops. To the right, we can see a couple of smaller structures and a bridge connecting them. There are many waterfalls within Rivendell, and so I am happy we got a small one here, although it would have been nice to have been a bit taller. The gazebo was one of my favorite designs of this set, and as I've been working on my Elvish Castle mock recently, I can assure you that the gazebo designs with the intricate top is not easy to accomplish. Finally, the path leads down to an underground workshop where it seems tools and weapons are being made. There are a couple more trees in this area, and I love that all the trees in the set are built differently. There is a fully detailed interior to this set, and I have turned the build around to view them now. Inside the main structure, the top level is where Frodo wakes up after his harrowing journey to Mordor. The bed is a great mini build, and there is even a chest containing his mithril vest. There is also a small desk where we can find Bilbo Baggins, finishing his story there and back again. The main part of the structure has a lot of great details with tons of mini builds, such as the desk's candelabra, and of course the new 2x2 printed tiles for the flooring. We can also view the inside of the underground cave, where we can see the workshop for the weapons being made here. We get a lot of minifigures with this set, a total of 15, and a variety of characters from the movies. We see hobbits, elves, dwarves, and humans, all with new printing and some new hair pieces as well. I do believe this is one of the first sets, if not the first set, we got the sitting options for the dresses and the shorter legs. We also got several more minifigures in the form of statues throughout the build as well. Overall, a fantastic set in my opinion. This was a super fun build with the only tedious section being the roof. This is my favorite display piece currently, and I love that it is modular so that it is easy to move, seeing as it is a larger size set. Now let's move on to the review of Barad-dûr. This is easily the tallest set of the three and the medium-sized one based on piece count. Despite this being a large black tower, LEGO has done a great job adding in a lot of details for the architecture and some pops of color as well. LEGO has also managed to get some incredible angles here with the walls to create a circular appearance, as well as additional supports jutting out the front. The front doors have a cool play feature where they open by turning a knob on the left-hand side. The second level has a similar design, just on a smaller scale. The rockwork is built up on the left-hand side and then cuts across the front to give the appearance Barad-dûr is built right into the mountain. The third floor also has the start of these brick-built windows, which is a cool design using great style plate elements over orange plates to give the appearance of a glow from within. Finally reaching the tower, there are so many details and nice parts usage to create this rounded structure. The same window designs were used moving up, and there are a lot of angled and sloped elements to add to the base of the tower. LEGO has used these ship rudders recolored in black to this set to create a cool shape on the left hand side, and then use these claw elements as well as a variety of weapons near the top to just give unbelievable detail to what could otherwise be a very basic tower. The very top of the tower is what really sticks out the most from the front, where we can see the Eye of Sauron. This all-seeing eye gave Sauron a terrifying presence throughout the novels and movies, showing his power and influence over Middle-earth. The eye would not be as powerful in LEGO form without the addition of the light brick. It is perfectly positioned to give the eye an eerie glow, and also has full movement to look up, down, left, and right. Truly able to see all. Turning the set around, we can see the fully finished interior. The ground level has the Orcs' workshop, where they tirelessly create weapons and armor for battle, using the lava to heat the metals. There are a lot of mini builds on this level, showing several racks of helmets, shields, and armor that are completed. A foe has met an unfortunate fate dangling precariously above a pool of lava. These new to this set 1x4 trans orange tiles really brighten the side with the orange plates underneath. On the right side we can see a little hideout for Gollum, complete with fish inside, and there is even a little place hidden in the rockwork with a spider within. The second floor is the Orcs' dining room, where meat is back on the menu. We can see a few mini builds on this level, including a table, food prep table in the back, and a large pot hanging over, no doubt another stream of lava to heat it. While the meals don't look overly appetizing, I'm sure these orcs are just happy to be fed anything at all. To the left of the dining hall, another hidden area here hides an elven scripture with information regarding the rings. The third level and the start of the base of the tower contains Sauron's throne room. While the eye atop the tower is a symbol of Sauron, it is used throughout the tower, including on flags, such as seen in this room. There is another hidden feature in this room. By pulling the knob in the front, the throne opens up to reveal Sauron's seeing stone. This was a translucent stone used for communication and was one of the ways he was talking to Saruman. There is also a lot of stickered pieces to give extra detail to this area. The tower includes 2 levels. The first is a small study containing a desk and some shelves containing magical items and scrolls. Moving up, we see a library with tall shelves full of dark magic spells. There is a tall ladder to reach the upper shelves and one parchment opened on the table. Finally, we have reached the top, where there isn't much to see behind the large eye. But you can see how the movement is achieved and how the light brick is angled up to the eye. We got a few less minifigures with this set than Rivendell at 10 total. We have our Hobbit heroes Frodo and Sam, Gollum, first ever seen Sauron character, Mouth of Sauron, and several orc characters. Overall, this set was definitely comparable to the first release of Rivendell. The size is definitely impressive and the building techniques are very good. I like the new range of characters that you receive in this set, which are mostly all different from the main Rivendell set, and gives mock builders a lot more options to create scenes from the movies. I also like that these are 2 very different sets, with one more magical feel to Rivendell and the darker tone of this one. Finally, the most recent set in the Lord of the Rings lineup is of course the Shire. While I have already done a review of this set, I will recap it quickly for this comparison video. A lot of fans were disappointed at the cost of these larger sets, and so LEGO brought in a smaller set with a lower price point but still giving it an 18+ rating. Of course, seeing this new set right beside the previous ones, you can see the sheer size differences. Of course, I think LEGO really outdid themselves by creating Rivendell first, as I don't think they have lived up to that since, although I am quite partial to that set personally. The one good thing about the sizing difference is it's actually pretty accurate, seeing as Barad-dûr was supposed to be really tall to look over the land, and Bag End is built into the hills of the Shire. I do think this is one of the biggest differences of this set compared to the other 2, is the addition of several side builds accompanying the main build. I think this really took away from the details that could have been added in and left builders wanting more with both Bag End and the party scene. While I was pretty happy with the gift with purchase that came with the Shire set, another option could have been just to make the party banner, birthday tree, and cake the gift with purchase, and given a little bit more to the main build. With all that being said, I did enjoy building this set, and I think it had some good techniques and some nice parts usage as well. The new printed pieces around the door and window are great, and I look forward to them being on the pad wall so I can pick some up for a future Shire build. The garden is nicely detailed and the tree on top isn't terrible, although combining the elements that went into the party tree could have really spruced this one up. The side builds that came with this set are not overly impressive, although I did like the turning barrels to allow Bilbo to do his disappearing act in front of the crowd. The tree was not that good, and as I said, we could have been combined with the other tree above Bag End. The cake and table were nice mini builds, but you definitely want to have a few more tables with food and drinks to really make it feel like a party. Finally, the tent is a really cool fabric piece that I am excited to get for mock use, but for someone using this set purely for display, it is not an overly nice addition. Finally, the horse and buggy are a nice separate build and one I would have kept on the side with the set. I like the angles of the cart and the fun firework builds in the back. The only change I would have liked to see with this is the horse change to a reddish brown color instead of the dark orange that we received. The inside of the hobbit hole was nicely done in my opinion. I like the furniture mini builds and all the cramped details that went into the living space. We can see some cool new chair designs and even a play feature with the burning envelope revealing the One Ring. While a lot of people were disappointed with the interior of the set, I thought it was filled nicely and really had a bag end feeling to it. We get 9 minifigures with this set, including 3 exclusive figures in the form of Rosie and the Proudfoots. There were also the exclusive minifigures of Smeagol and Deagle that came with the gift with purchase. So here is the last look at the 3 recent Lord of the Rings sets side by side. As I said earlier, the size difference can work in this instance, seeing as they would have been true to size, with Barad-dûr being tallest, Rivendell being biggest, and the Hobbit hole being small and almost hidden. I myself wouldn't mind seeing the larger sets in the future, as well as possibly a smaller line with a wave of sets. I think LEGO tried to go in the middle and create an 18+ set of a smaller scale, to which people weren't impressed by the display feature of it, but also didn't want it to be too much more affordable than the others. I personally like all 3 of these sets and would happily spend the money to have them. I think the value depends on so many factors, but for me, I like to build mocks and have characters, as well as special pieces such as the birthday banner to use. I do of course keep several sets on display, and Rivendell has been in place since I bought it in 2023. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on these sets, which ones are your favorites, and which ones do you still want to get. They are all still currently available on the LEGO website at the time this video is published, so be sure to complete your collection while you can. And that covers everything for this review and comparison of the 3 most recent LEGO Lord of the Rings sets. If you want to see more of these types of videos, do check the description below. I will leave a link to a playlist of all those types of videos on my channel. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, as it does help out this channel a lot. Thanks so much for checking out this video today, guys, and until next time, keep on building.